Greetings. My name is Richard Andrews, and I'm with AGS Media, producer of The Real Deal Online, which covers civic affairs from a regional perspective with a special eye towards African American civic, cultural, political, and social events. On Sunday, November 11th, the NAACP Cleveland chapter will hold its biannual elections. This will be the first time in nearly 2 decades that the branch will be electing a new president. We wanted to give the community an unfiltered view firsthand into each of the 3 candidates running to be president of this important organization. Unfortunately, we were able to tape only 2 of them because the third has a heavy travel schedule. However, he appears before you in this venue by written answers to the questions we posed to each of the candidates. So without further ado, we present to you Clint Bradley, Jocelyn Travis, and Hilton Smith, one of whom will be elected president of the NAACP on November 11th, and thereafter will become a prominent spokesman for this most important civil rights organization. For more information on the race and on The Real Deal, visit our website, which appears below. And thank you. We're pleased and proud to bring you the following presentation as a public service.
I grew up here in Cleveland, in the Collinwood neighborhood. I went away to college and came back home to serve my community. I got a master's degree in business from Case Western Reserve University. I later earned my master's degree in accounting from Cleveland State, and I've spent the last 15 to 20 years serving my community that I came back here to serve and to work in. I'm no different than a lot of other people who grew up in this city. I love this town, I love my community, and I want to see everything I can that's best for this community thrive and grow. I'm a family man. I've been married 18 years. I have a wife and 2 children, a lovely family. My son is in high school now, and the most important thing for me that my children see is that their father is invested in their community and working hard to make sure that they have as great an access to opportunities as what I had. You know, growing up here in Cleveland, I watched as all of our leaders, Congressman Stokes, Mayor Stokes, Judge Harper, Arthur Woods, and others fought for this community and tried to do what was right. I'm here to give back and do my part because I was a beneficiary of their hard work. I benefited greatly from everything they did, and I want to help benefit the next generation. So what I've been doing is working in my community, building affordable housing in Glenville, attracting small businesses to Collinwood area where I grew up, and doing everything I can to use my talents and resources for the betterment of this community. Currently, I am a commercial real estate broker, the only black commercial real estate broker in our town, in this whole area. And so I've felt and seen firsthand what it's like to blaze a new path in our community. And I'm a small business owner. I own a small construction company that is involved in metal fabrication. We did the railings for the casino that just opened in town, and we're working on an RTA project and Lorraine Community College. And so as an employer, I know what it's like for people to depend on me to be a leader and to provide for them, their families. And so I am very grateful for the opportunities I've been given to lead people and take care of people in my community, and I hope to use the NAACP presidency to do more of that.
I consider myself a community activist. I'm very much concerned about what is taking place in Cleveland and what we can do to resolve issues and help to engage the community. Right now, I'm very actively involved with the election, the November presidential election, starting with making sure everyone is registered to vote, educate. I travel throughout the city and the state of Ohio, and even the country oftentimes, to talk about the need to make sure that we're engaging the community in the process. That's the only way we're going to make a difference. And so I have a background in nonprofit management. I love working with people. I love being in leadership positions where I can really make a difference. I have a bachelor's degree from Alabama State University, where I'm still very actively involved as an alumni. I'm actually director of my Midwest region, so I have several chapters in our region that I oversee as the regional director. I am actively involved with many organizations in the community, but my heart and my passion, of course, is with the NAACP, where I've been involved for over 40 years, serving in just about every leadership position you can imagine, working with voting, working with youth, working with environmental justice, just working with those issues that where we really need to be vocal and actively engaged because of the racism that just permeates our community and that we really need to do something about.
The NAACP has obviously been relevant for many years. Our Cleveland branch is celebrating its 100th year this year, and it's never been more relevant than it is today. We certainly have progressed and many things have changed since the days of civil rights legislation in the 50s and 60s, but the NAACP is still relevant because there's still much work to be done. We have accomplished many great things through the people that have come before me, but we need to accomplish much more today. The relevance is this. We have a nation, we have a community here in Cleveland where inequity and injustice still exists. The relevance is having an organization that continues to fight for change, for justice, for equality, even when a lot of people say that we have arrived. We have a black president in the White House, and so we've accomplished much. But we still don't have an environment and an atmosphere where all people of color, people of any background, feel like they have a chance and feel plugged in and connected with all the great opportunities this country has to offer. And so until we have a society where everyone is included and everyone feels like they have the same opportunity, the NAACP is as relevant as it ever has been.
The relevance of the Cleveland NAACP is that, first of all, people need to understand that Cleveland has always been the second most segregated city in the country. We wear that role and we continue to have that role. And so that means that, you know, we have so many issues, whether it's issues around education, economic development, political action, health care, environmental justice. There are so many issues in the Cleveland community that we need to be tackling as a Cleveland NAACP. And we need to be working with our volunteer membership to make sure that we're really out there. We're out there taking a lead and pretty much raising hell about these issues and making sure that everyone in this community is treated equally, that everyone has the same opportunities, and to make sure that our young people are being educated and receiving quality education so that way they can go on to get a good job. And that's what people want. And right now, you know, I feel that we have a very unhealthy situation, both within our NAACP and within our community. And so we need strong leadership, working with our membership and working with the community leadership to bring about a change.
Well, any organization can always stand to be improved, and I am here, I'm running for president of the NAACP of Cleveland to help foster an atmosphere and lead in those changes taking place. And so currently the state of the NAACP of Greater Cleveland is very strong. We have our deficiencies. but it's very strong. And I know that it's strong because as I've gone out and talked to people about my candidacy, a lot of people have been excited and rooted me on. And I found out that many more people were members and cared about the NAACP than I previously would have known. And so the NAACP has an opportunity today, hopefully through new leadership, my leadership as president, to take the next step towards building a more relevant, a more energized NAACP than what we've ever had in the past. We have an aging NAACP. Our membership has gotten older, and we failed at sometimes to connect with younger members of our community. And I hope to change that. In fact, I've already changed that, Richard. What I've done over the last few months is recruited over 300 new members to the NAACP. Those members, many of them are young people, others are white, others have never been members of the NAACP before. And so by adding those 300 plus new members to the NAACP and by reaching out to people who are connected with the NAACP and bringing them back into the fold as active participants, I think we've got a great opportunity to take the NAACP to new heights over the next couple of years. In fact, one of the things that I'm doing and have been working on to help make that happen is designing of a new website for the NAACP. Now, I don't have the ability myself to design the website, so I found a company that was willing to donate their services, a very professional, top-notch company in Akron called Digital Day. They have donated the services to design an entirely new website for the NAACP that we will be launching in the next couple of weeks. And that website will do three key things for us. The first thing is it's going to put a new face, a more modern face on the NAACP of Cleveland and let people know that we're here and we're relevant. The second thing it will do is tie us more closely with national NAACP and also with the other branches around the country so that we can be connected with things happen with the other NAACP branches around the country. And the third thing it's going to help us do is connect our community, particularly the young people who use Facebook, who use Twitter for their daily communication. This website will tie in all of those different groups and make the NAACP what it needs to be, a connected, relevant entity in our community.
You know, I'm one that's been very actively involved with the Cleveland branch. You know, I just feel like you can't walk away from it because it's not, you know, at the level you want it to be. I've been very actively involved, and sometimes I think I'm just kind of a lone wolf out here with the organization. And so I really truly believe that the branch right now needs help. We need to engage as many members as we can to come together and be actively involved in order to move our branch forward. The fact that we just celebrated 100 years as a Cleveland NAACP, I feel that we should be much further along than we are. But that's not to say that we haven't had many wonderful victories and accomplishments. We just really need to reassess where we are, who's involved, what issues we're working on, and then figure out how to bring the community together, bring the leadership together, bring NAACP members together to determine how we're going to move forward in the future. And it can be done. We have a structure. The NAACP is part of a state, a regional, and national organization. We already have the blueprint for action. We just need committed people who are going to work with us to see that it's done. The NAACP is not one individual. It's a team of people who care about the community, who care about having a strong organization. And so I want to be the leader of that team. I know I can do it. As a matter of fact, I travel throughout this country working with NAACP units all over the state and the country that are weak and have a weak infrastructure. So I know what we need to do in order to bring our Cleveland NAACP back to being #1 in the country. And we can do it.
Well, the NAACP has always been the nation's premier civil rights organization. Under my leadership, that will not change. We will continue to fight to stand up for civil rights, for justice and equality in our community. A couple of things that I want to do differently that have already begun with the NAACP is focusing on education. certainly education in our community of our young people is a top priority, and I believe the NAACP ought to lead the charge at making sure that all children have access to good, clean, safe education. I've been a volunteer for many years with ePrep School, with Intergenerational School, with ICANN schools, and many other schools and charter schools in our community. I'm a product myself of Cleveland Public Schools before going later to private school and to college, and I believe that education is the most important thing that we can do with the NAACP, and I've been working on those things already. Secondly, small business ownership. I'm a small business owner. I believe in entrepreneurship. Again, I have employees that count on me, and we need more small businesses in our community. More businesses need to return. We need to foster the growth and creation of other new small businesses that help employ members of our community who are struggling to find jobs and help take our community, lift our community to the next level of growth. And so as president of the NAACP of Cleveland, I will continue the work that I've already begun with the NAACP, work that I've been doing outside of the NAACP to make sure that our community is as vibrant and educated as it should be.
Our foundation is very weak right now. We need to internally, we need to strengthen our foundation. We need to do that by having a strong, viable office where we have staff in that office to assist people. We have people calling the office 24/7. I'm there in the office volunteering. I know sometimes I'm in the office 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning working on projects, and people are calling asking for help. We need to be able to give people help, whether it's legal help, whether resource referral, whatever people need, we need to be able to assist them. We need to bring together and have strong committees for this branch. We need to increase our membership. Our membership is very low. NAACP membership is the lifeblood of our organization. So we need to increase our members. We need to make sure that we're engaging the faith-based community, all the churches, the unions, the nonprofit organizations, and we need everyone in our community who believes in equality for all people to be a member of the NAACP, because there's strength in numbers. When we have a strong, viable membership, we can go to city council meetings, we can go to Cleveland School Board meetings, we can go to the state legislature, we can go to Congress, and we can demand that we have equal protection for all people. And so I feel that we need to, first of all, strengthen our infrastructure. We need to build and increase our membership. We need to have an office that is responsive to those who are in need. We need to have committees that are functional. And we need to bring together the community and serve as the leader that we are, that we have been for over 100 years in this community, and bringing everyone together. We have a very fragmented community. Everybody's out doing their own thing. Everybody has their own little turf. It's like we have these turf wars in Cleveland. Well, I've been around long enough. I know just about every leader in this community, every community organization, and I feel I can really be instrumental in bringing everyone together for the right reason.
I am the only candidate in this race who was born and raised in Cleveland, overcame the challenges of surviving some of the tough aspects of our community, and then came back home as a college graduate, as someone with 2 master's degrees, and started a small business that now employs people in our community. Having done all of those things successfully in our community, and then been giving back as a mentor, as a big brother, and as a role model to our community, the NAACP provides me the perfect opportunity to do what I've done and help others accomplish those same great things. I want to give back. It's imperative. That's why I came back to Cleveland. I had opportunities to go many other places for work and for my career and to raise my family. But I chose to come back to Cleveland to make a difference, to give back to the community that I've been so blessed from. And so with everything that I've accomplished so far in my life, everything that I hope to accomplish going forward, I want the NAACP of Cleveland to be a place where I can help show others what can be done and lead others in helping make that happen for our community.
NAACP members should vote for me because I've been there. You know me. Maybe you don't know my name, but you know my face. You've seen me. I probably have registered you to vote. I probably worked with your youth council member. I've probably taken your young person who is in ACSO, which is our Academic, Cultural, Technological, Scientific Olympics, the Olympics of the Mind, our youth competition. I've probably taken your youth to compete at national, where they've been exposed to so much more than they would ever imagine. I've probably taking you to the Board of Elections to vote, or provided education, a civic education to your organization. You know me. I've been there. I've served in every function, every role within the NAACP except president of the Cleveland branch. And I'm asking you to give me that opportunity. I know I can do it. I know I can make a difference. And I know that working together collectively with our membership, we can really make a great difference in the Cleveland community, in the state of Ohio, and throughout this country. So I'm really asking for your vote and support.